Scouting can make a difference. Support your local Boy Scout Council. Today more than ever, boy, do we need scouting.
Good evening and welcome. I am Dr. Joe Kittinger. I am the chairman of the Investment in Character program. This is an annual event, and I thank you for joining me tonight. I'm coming to you tonight from the shores of Lake Catherine, here at Camp Bowers in Elizabethtown. I thought this is a fitting place to share our scouting story, because it is here in camp where so many of scouting's indelible moments are forged. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Sandy Spears and her team at Truist Bank for sponsoring this activity. Sandy has been a steadfast supporter of the Cape Fear Council for years. Thank you, Sandy. I'm sorry that circumstances prohibit us from gathering together like we usually do. I'm sincerely thankful for your participation and support of the Cape Fear Council. As you know, the 12th point of the Scout Law is that a Scout is reverent. Please join me now for a short prayer to begin this presentation. For food, for raiment, for life, for opportunity, for friendship and fellowship, we thank Thee, O Lord. Amen.
Now I'll say a word to you who are parents. We try to make these boys and girls into what we call the 3 H's. That is, happy, healthy, helpful citizens. And we teach them character so that they may succeed in life.
Last year, 84 young men earned the rank of Eagle Scout despite the challenges of our pandemic. We developed a very successful hybrid summer camp program where Scouts were able to work on merit badges with camp staff in a virtual online setting during the week, and then come to Camp Bowers during a weekend day to complete their merit badge. I'm very proud to say that by following our safety protocols, there was not one reported case of COVID-19 this summer. We developed a hugely successful, highly popular, and unique online merit badge college here at the Cape Fear Council. Through these programs, we served over 3,000 Scouts in 40 different states and 4 foreign countries. I remain inspired by the resiliency of Scouting and heartened by the continued demand for what Scouting brings to our local families.
Former Scouts have walked on the moon, become president, and won the Heisman Trophy. Today they serve as cabinet secretaries, as my press secretary, and in the Congress. You can be certain that today's Scouts will help shape America.
Our medical community has always supported our Investment in Character program. Tonight, we're going to hear from the Tinsley family, who have generations of involvement in our scouting programs.
With all the young parents involved in scouting today, there's just no way that they can know the value of them supporting their young folks in the scouting movement.
In our family, the joke is that if they didn't want to be Eagle Scouts, they picked the wrong family.
My name is Ellis Tinsley Jr. I earned my Eagle Scout in 1977 at Troop 13.
My name is Mark Tinsley, and I got my Eagle Scout in 1980.
I'm Ellis Tinsley III, and I earned my Eagle Scout in 2007. My name is Stephen Tinsley, and I earned my Eagle Scout in 2012.
My name is Whit Tinsley, and I earned my Eagle Scout Award in 2017.
I appreciate being a part of something bigger than me. Going to film it with my father was an experience I'll never forget. A particular memory I have was that last 200 yards on Baldy, and the tree cover had gone away, and it was just the loose rock, and the air was so thin we were just struggling. Everyone was just struggling to just take a step. And we finally made it to the top and just laid there for a good 15 minutes just trying to breathe. And just the accomplishment of reaching that mountaintop really had an impact on me.
It's a really important time, I think, in young people's lives to be exposed to great values, and the value of work, and the value of completion, and the value of working with other people on a team. You know, I always say, what's to argue with the Scout law? If you could just live your life that way, and none of us can, none of us are perfect, but if you could just live your life the way the Scout law is written, your life is better. You'd be a better person. And more than that, then as you contribute that into the world, then the world is better. I really enjoyed my time as a Scoutmaster. It was an experience that I'll never forget, and a real challenge to my schedule as well as to my own leadership. I think I developed as a person as I was the figurehead for this phenomenal team of individuals. Great group of fathers, great group of mothers. Even if you didn't have a complete family unit, you have this phenomenal family that's come around you. One of our guys lost his father right in the middle of scouting, and I saw phenomenal adults take that guy under his wing and make sure that he finished his Eagle, and he's very successful in life, and he has great adult male role models and relationships.
So I got to use what I've learned in scouting to actually save a life. I was out west at a dude ranch, exploring Jackson Hole, Wyoming. There was a steak dinner where the entire camp gathered, and we met this lady from England, got to know her, and halfway through the meal, she started choking on a piece of steak. I looked around, and none of the people from the ranch that we were staying at were around, so looked at my dad, and I looked at my brother, and I said, "Who knows how to do this?" And everybody said, "You do." So I got up and performed the Heimlich maneuver on this lady, and she coughed up the steak, and she now still writes our family a Christmas card every year. And in one of her letters, she thanked me and then also the Boy Scouts, so that was pretty nice of her.
To take a young lad from a little town in Alabama, 1,500 people, and give them the opportunity to go to the 1950 National Jamboree at Valley Forge really convinced me that scouting was well worth every dollar, time, energy that you could put into it. If you can imagine a little guy from a town of 1,500 sitting on a hillside with 50,000 scouts, and who comes to speak that night was General Eisenhower. And then the next night, when we had our meeting at night before dinner, this open car comes in, and it's President Truman. They both gave us inspiring messages, and that was probably the biggest moment I've had in my 80 years of being involved in the scouting movement. This patch right here is the patch I got with the 1950 Jamboree. My dad was really convinced that scouting was a good thing for his two boys, and he served on the executive board and also president of Tennessee Valley Council, and felt that the principles espoused by scouting is just what his young boys needed as they were growing up.
The things that we learn and the experiences that we have and all of the things that are stressed to you as a young scout, there's not really an expiration date on those things. There's something that will always matter. It puts me in a great position to succeed. I've learned so many things that can be applied in so many different situations that I'm really just a better person and just overall more prepared for what I'll face in college, after college, and just for the rest of my life.
The greatest thrill that I had growing up in Mobile, Alabama, I had some great thrills, but one of them is being a Boy Scout. And I used to know my scout laws. On my honor, I do my duty to guard my country, to obey the scout laws, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong and mentally awake and morally straight. But I had fun being a Boy Scout. I had fun being a Boy Scout. You know, I just, every Tuesday or Wednesday, I used to go to the meetings and sit there with my scoutmaster, and he and I just used to talk. But that was one of the greatest thrills I had, was growing up in Mobile, Alabama, being a Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
The funnest part about Camp McNeil is shooting the bow and arrows and slingshotting. I like making s'mores, I like sleeping in tents, and I like running around in the forest.
Being an Eagle Scout is all about the community. It was a lot of work to get to where I was. All the leadership I learned along the way, and all the merit badges that I learned, the different skills, it all built up to this project that I did. And once I finished that, the sense of accomplishment that I feel from doing my project and from being able to go back to my project site and see the work that I did is just really special to me. And so wearing an Eagle Scout badge on my uniform really symbolizes the community, and anybody else that I see with that Eagle Scout badge, it tells me that they put in a lot of work and that they are really committed to who they are in the way that I feel like I am with scouting.
America needs scouting to build character and leadership skills in boys and young men. Rarely has a lack of character and lack of courageous, bold, visionary leadership been so apparent in America, but not in scouting. We are the country's largest and best leadership and character building factory. When someone cynically refers to a person of character with the phrase, well, he's a Boy Scout, it is in fact the highest compliment. It is who we are. Finally, America needs scouting because it needs young men for whom God is central in their lives. For scouts of all ages, duty to God is not a merit badge or a piece of metal with colored cloth. It is the foundation stone of who and what we are. Without duty to God, there is no scout oath, no scout movement. A boy who kneels before his God will stand tall as a man.
Like so many others, our local scouting programs have been hit hard by the pandemic. Our revenues last year were 35% less than the year before because of interrupted programming and fundraising. Scouting was forced to make many difficult decisions while ever striving to maintain the quality and integrity of our programs. Throughout our nation's proud history, it has been in times of the greatest adversities that Americans have stepped forward to meet the needs of their communities. I choose to support scouting because I believe in the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. I choose to support scouting because scouting has taught me character, leadership, independence, and self-reliance. I choose to support scouting because scouting has instilled in me a duty to God and country. I support scouting because it has changed my life, and I pray it will continue to change the lives for generations to come. I ask each of you today to join me in my support of Scouting in the Cape Fear Council. If Scouting isn't here to do all of these incredible programs, who will? You've received an email from us about tonight's meeting. In that email, there's an amount that we respectfully ask you consider giving as a part of our campaign. Please join me tonight to make certain that the Cape Fear Council can offer the programs that we have for thousands of the young people in our communities. You'll also see in the email instructions about how to make your contribution. If you have any specific instructions, please leave them in the remarks section. Together, we can work to make a better tomorrow.
A scout is trustworthy,
Loyal.
Helpful.
Friendly.
Courteous. Kind.
Obedient.
Cheerful.
Thrifty.
Brave. Clean.
Reverent.
On my honor.
I'll do my best.
To do my duty.
To God and my country.
To obey the Scout law.
To help other people at all times.
To keep myself physically strong.
Mentally awake.
And morally straight.